Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and I want to say Shalom to Akbanakwath out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Jake says the black community has a Mophobia problem. Alright, this is talking about ho to the Mophobia. Alright, not like in the Bati boys. Right? So Jake says that's a problem within the black community. Right? So I got a post here. This is from some dude calling himself Daddius Onyx. It says, now let two men had just been holding hands and suddenly everyone would be worried about exposing kids to sexuality. Okay, and this guy's I don't even know what he looks like. You can see right here, probably a Mo himself. All right, posting something like that, because he's talking about, if this had been a two men, even just holding hands, there would have been outrage, but no one's outraged about this. And of course, I blocked it off because she is with Kanye, Bianca Censori, or however you pronounce her name, showing up naked, right? And you see the little boy over there, as they will look, all right? And that's the thing. I would have looked as a kid. You're not really supposed to be exposed to that type of stuff, all right? But, it is, at the end of the day, it is something a little bit different, all right? It is, because that's something, seeing a naked woman in your life is something you'll eventually do, all right? It's just you're too young for it at the time. Being exposed to homosexual acts is not something that you should ever be exposed to. It's not something that's normal or natural. All right, it's not anything that you should ever be around or accompanying yourself with. And it's like that for a reason. It's been like that. All right, but we're in an age right now where everything is overly normalized. All right, homosexuality is normalized. Getting with kids is normalized. But a 25-year-old getting with a 20-year-old is not normalized. But it's okay if a 30-year-old gets with a 5-year-old, because he just can't help it. Right? It's a condition. He can't choose his sexuality. Right? That's what these people. And now they want to change the term from a fucking pedo to a minor attracted person. Ain't that ridiculous? That's completely ridiculous, man. All right? And this is the society we're in. Everything that's normal is criticized, and everything that was once criticized is now celebrated. Okay? And it's completely ridiculous. And there's a reason why Jake, all right, historically criticized against it. All right? It's because that's how we were supposed to be. All right? Us being the true Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, this was nothing that we were originally ever around. Okay, it's not something we got down with it. We didn't fuck with that type of shit, man. We were against it. All right, and we have Bible scriptures to prove it, and what would have happened to people that do those type of things. Okay, now this person, Certain Degree 687, says, don't worry, if it had been two men holding hands or being affectionate, they could have just shown him a straight couple holding hands, and he would have gone right back to being straight, since that's how easily sexuality is influenced, according to the logic of the barnacle heads that believe this shit. And he's mocking about, if you see gay people everywhere, that you'll be gay. Well, we already proved that statistic, that after all this transgenderism had been in the news, that they saw skyrockets of people calling themselves that. Okay, that's true, and it's proven that is the case. All right, which just goes to show you that it's a social disease. All right, it's a social virus. All right, that spreads. All right, you see someone else doing it, you're gonna do it too. All right, if I hang around someone that smokes weed all day, all right, it's only a matter of time before I myself try to smoke weed. If I hang around someone who does heroin all the damn day, it's only a matter of time before I'm at least tempted, all right, to try heroin. Right? And that's why you don't do that. You don't go around these people. You don't hang out with them. Right? You don't do that type of shit. Because yes, behaviors are influenced. Okay? We could look that up on ChatGPT and prove it right then and then. If you hang around someone, matter of fact, let's do it. Okay? All right? If I hang around someone that, I don't know, let's say, likes watching horror movies, and I'm not initially a horror movie fan, and I'm around them all the time, am I likely to start at least watching them and participating in some sort of way? It says yes, probably. Even if you don't become a full-on horror fan, being around someone who's into it will naturally expose you to the genre. Over time, you might start watching them just out of curiosity. Out of curiosity. You might just try doing some homosexual shit out of curiosity, right? Because you're around it all the time. You might try, You might start watching with them just out of curiosity, or to be part of the experience. Plus, when people we spend a lot of time with enjoy something, it's pretty common to at least develop some level of interest or tolerance for it. You might not end up loving horror, but the odds are you'll watch a few and maybe even find some that you do enjoy. So yeah, and I use horror movie in general because that's something that you can't say was influenced, right? So if you hang around someone that's doing something constantly, the odds are you're going to try it. It might not be for you. You might not become a raging homosexual, but you might, do some gay shit and realize, maybe it's not for me necessarily, but you already did some gay shit. And at the very least of it, you're going to be like, well, he's okay for doing it, right? And you Jakes, man, you're stupid, all right? And this person right here at the top says, Tress-esque Fetition or whatever, says, we have a homophobia and queerphobia problem in our community, and I wish it were addressed more. And then they go on to talk about how RuPaul created all the slang that Jake uses today, right? So let's go and get Leviticus 18 and 22. Why do we have a problem in our community with it? Well, it's because we are the Israelites. The law was given to us, okay? So that was one of the things that we kept, all right? But now all the values are going out, all right? They're going completely out. Leviticus 18 and 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination, right? Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. So there you go, man. It's an abomination. You're not supposed to be doing it. You're not supposed to be around it. You're not supposed to be encouraging it, okay? And if you do go around those things, and again, it says, another scripture that comes to mind is, one of them that call, how's it go? That call, put light for dark and dark for light. Let me go and see. Put light for dark and dark for light. KJV. I'm going to get this and I have to run up in the job site. So Isaiah 5 and 20, it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's exactly what you guys have done. And the other thing that you do is, this is Proverbs 17 and 15. It says, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. So even if you're not doing that shit, if you're condoning it, hey, you're still wicked to the Lord, right? And we have a homophobia problem for a reason, because it was initially and originally never supposed to be done. All right, so I'm gonna close it right there real quick, and I'll piece it back in just a minute, Lord willing. Until then, Lord willing. All right, Shalom, we're back. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into Leviticus 20 and 13. Right, continuing on. Leviticus 20 and 13, showing you yet another law that you're not supposed to do it. Here it is. It says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So you're not supposed to be doing those types of things. And it doesn't matter what type of nuances have been created in society where they're telling you it's good and it's fine and it's okay. I can tell you it's good to go up and stab somebody. It doesn't mean it's a good thing. But if that's gone out in society and everyone's been brain dirtied, okay, to the fact, and not brainwashed, that means your brain's clean, brain dirtied. Okay, you've been having all this filth and this smut, all right, put up in your brain. Now you think something that's bad is good, and it's just simple tactics that these Edomites use, these devils do, these devils in rulership. That's what they do, man. So they got you over here thinking all these bad things are good, as a scripture we just read. All these good things are bad. All these bad things are good. All right, got you thinking left is right, right is left, up is down, right? And as the scripture said, sweet for bitter and bitter for sweet. You don't even know it's good. So why would we take your advice? You're over here saying all these bad things are good and all these good things are bad. Your mind has completely been messed up and switched around. Esau's, popped open the top of your dome and rummaged through your brain and shit, man. Got you all fucked up. And now you're wondering, well, there's a problem then. No, it's not a problem. All right? It's a good thing. The problem is when you're trying to say it's a bad thing and allow so much acceptance in. Okay? You can't just be accepting to everything. Everything's about acceptance now. Acceptance. Well, there's got to come a point where you're not accepting of certain things. Okay? You can't be accepting of everything. Okay? There's certain things you're accepting of. There's certain things you're not accepting of. Right? That's just how things work. Okay? You're accepting to eating food. You're not accepting to getting punched in your jaw. Right? You can't go around, I'm accepting to all of these things. I'm accepting to everything. Well, guess you're accepting to getting punched in the jaw then too. If you're accepting to everything, there's certain things you got to not be accepting about. All right, and there's things like that, homosexuality, that should not have exception towards them. Okay, because they're a bad, wicked thing. You're not supposed to be doing them. And well, how is it bad? Well, if you look into studies about it, they even those people, those men that do shit like that, they're assholes, man. Basically, aren't able to even work anymore. All right, those people end up having to be on like wear diapers when they're older, right? Because believe it or not, your asshole's not supposed to have anything go into it. It's an exit, not an entry, right? So when that keeps on happening, it fucks up the muscles. And there's been stories about people that were like that, and they basically shit themselves because they don't have that muscle has been stretched too much, and they can't hold their asshole shut. All right, imagine that. You ate some Taco Bell, all right, and you know how usually, I gotta go to the bathroom. Well, you don't have that muscle to hold it back, so you're done. You just shit yourself because all because you want to do some wicked and profane and vile act. So that shows you if it's not good. Okay, all these things in the Bible, there's a reason you're not supposed to be doing them. First of all, it's sick, it's weird, it's not the natural order of things. Okay, and you're not supposed to be doing it. There's an order for everything, man. And look. The men were supposed to be on top as far as rulership-wise over women. Now you have the women over the men. Look what things are at now. Look where things are at now. When things are out of its order, shit doesn't go well. Bible also says not to eat pork, and you do it anyway. Well, pork raises cholesterol. It's a super unhealthy meat. It's toxic, all right? It's super toxic. And you can believe it or you cannot believe it, but it doesn't change the fact of the matter that it is true, all right, that it's toxic. All right, and eating that shit will lower your life expectancy. All right, it's not good. It's not healthy for you, right? So let's go ahead and from here, let's go ahead and let's get second address 7 and 20. Let's go and get it. And it reads, so second address 7 and 20. It says, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of Yahweh that is set before them. For Yahweh hath given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. So you can't say that you weren't warned. You can't say that it was unfair, it was unjust, right? The Lord lets you know exactly what you should do, all right, to observe, to avoid punishment. All right, and what you should observe to, so what you observe to avoid punishment, all right, and the things not to do. And if you do them, you are going to get punishment, right? And like it says in verse 20, there's a lot of people that are going to die simply because they despise the law, all right? And that's Jake. I don't want to do none of that shit. I ain't doing none of that, man. We don't have to live like that no more, man. And meanwhile, you're doing all sorts of, you're just destroying yourself, all right? Man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man what knoweth his own way? Roughly paraphrasing. So you don't know what's best for you. All right, look at society. Do humans know what's best for them? Smoking cigarettes that are causing cancer and killing themselves, putting poisons in our body because it tastes good. And I'm guilty of the latter part. Candies and sodas and shit, and the shit that's not good for you. Fried chicken, right? And all these different fucking deep fried, all that southern food in general. All right, that's just deep fried health issue. All right, that's what it is, but it's fucking delicious. All right, so we don't know what's best for ourselves at all. All right, so you have to have a level of self-control, because if you didn't have the level of self-control and just trying to be healthier, 9 times out of 10 you are going to pick the fried chicken with the Cajun fries, all right, with the wings on the side, with the fucking buffalo wings with a little bit of honey mustard or some ranch, all right, and a big old Coke and a fucking milkshake. You are gonna pick that over a salmon fillet and a salad. You are gonna pick it. All right, don't tell me you're not. All right, and if you say you are, in sincerity, that means you've probably been doing this for a while, and you've gotten to the point where those things are now disgusting to you. Hey, congratulations, that's a good place to be. But I'm gonna tell you what, that chicken sandwich is gonna go fucking crazy. All right, you just can't eat it all the time. All right, so that's just those things where it's like, we don't know what's best for ourselves. We need the Lord's direction, all right? That's why we have these commandments, because if we can't just have the free will to just run around and be hooligans, man. But Jake is a natural super fucking villain, all right? They be over here doing all sorts of crazy shit and get themselves in trouble. We have the law, and they're already doing it right now, man. So how much more if we didn't have any law at all, all right? Things that weren't holding us back. 21, it says, "For Yahweh hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him." And that's the other thing. Jake will speak against him. I don't want to do none of that shit, man. Right? But spake against him and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves. You didn't hurt anybody else. And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But his law have they despised, and denied his covenants. In his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. And therefore, Edris, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. So there you go, man. If you can go ahead and get destroyed, all right? None of us are going to be holding you back, freaking out. All right, say, "No, brother, don't do it, please. Please don't do it." Right? We're not going to have that, okay? We're going to say, "Hey, don't do that. You want to die? Go right ahead, man. But if you want to live, don't do it." All right? Don't do it. If you keep on doing it, we're not going to throw ourselves over you. All right? We're not going to walk up, stalk you like a lion. Wait until we see you with a pepperoni pizza and jump out a bush and knock it out of your hand. "Don't destroy yourself like that, brother." No, that's not going to be us. We're not super Hebrew. All right? No, man, you want to do it, you go right ahead. All right, but when you end up, fucked up, don't want to come crying to us. I had a terrible thing happen. Well, you shouldn't have been doing it, huh? Shouldn't have been doing it. Shouldn't have done it. But, hey, you do you. Hey, when the whipping stick comes down on you hard, don't complain to us. "You should have told me." We did tell you, man. You didn't care. All right? Because you're of the flesh. All right? You don't care about the spirit. You're just of the flesh. Verse 5. Romans 8:5, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit." And we're trying to the best of our ability to be of the Spirit as much as possible. You're gonna have carnal thoughts in every once in a while, but it's your job to rebuke those things, because those are just demons. All right, trying to get you go back on the left path. Right. Verse 6, it says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity." Now, enmity sounds like enemy, all right? And that's really what it means. It's an enemy. It's opposition, right? Opposition against Yahweh, as it says, is enmity against Yahweh. "For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So then, they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. But ye are not in the flesh," those that are in this truth, all right, and living spiritually and not fleshly, "but in the Spirit, if so be that the Spirit of Yahweh dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his." And there's a lot of people that are out here that are just, degenerate. They've just gone astray. They don't want to have none of the Lord's laws. They want to do what they want to do, and they don't care. All right, and the thing you got to learn is you got to start learning selflessness. It's not always about what we want to do, okay? And it's for the better, because if we did what we wanted to do, man, we would be as street teacher said, he always says that, he says knuckle dragging. We'd be knuckle dragging ass ninjas walking around, all right, puffing weed, all right, and being, just destroying ourselves, man. Destroying ourselves, all right? So, and we do need things that hold us back, all right? And you'll have these people say, "Oh, it's the law. The law is only holding you back." Yeah, you're right. Because without the law, you're right. It is the fear of the Lord that keeps us in line. Absolutely, absolutely. Because without the law of the Lord, would I be doing some dumb shit? Probably. I know myself. I probably would be doing some dumb shit. But I fear the Lord, so I don't do those things. Oh, it's only holding you back. Well, I need something to hold me back. All right, else I'm gonna be doing some dumb shit. So yeah, I need the fear of the Lord. Absolutely, I need the fear of the Lord, and say, hey, if I end up doing something like that, the Lord will fuck me up, or else I'm gonna be doing all sorts of crazy shit. I knew how I was back in the world, looking at other people's wives, all right, doing drugs, stealing, all right, all into rap music and shit. Yeah, absolutely, I would be not in a good place, probably in jail or dead, all right, or in some situation that's not good. Why are things always bad happening to me? And we always had that fucking thought back in the world, man. Why is bad shit always happening to me? Not even taking any accountability for our actions and type of things that we do, being a piece of shit ass person that we were. All right, what is bad? What did I do to deserve it? What did I do to deserve it? It's everything. Finally, man, Amos 9 and 10. You can keep on living in that wicked lifestyle, all right? We're glad that Yahweh Shem Yahushai pulled us out of that, and we have statutes and commandments and, a law that holds us back, all right? Because we can't have freedom like that, because if we had free will, the free will of men is not a good thing, all right? You give no order, complete reign of chaos, well, chaos ensues, exactly as I said. You're going to have all sorts of crazy type of thing. And while that doesn't mean necessarily a man's going to get with a man, all right, because that's certain shit you're just not going to do, right? But some people that have those thoughts, if they're not held back, they will do those things, all right? But not everybody has those thoughts. But some people have thoughts about robbing, stealing, getting with other men's wives, other types of shit, right? And if we didn't know it was wrong, I never knew it was a sin, all right, to look at another guy's wife back in the day, all right? I never knew that, but I know now. All right. So if I see a man with a woman, I just look away. I don't care how pretty she is. I try to just avert my fucking eyes, right? Because I'm not trying to look at her in some type of crazy way. And you know how these women be dressed, bro? Like they be all dressed up with their titties hanging out and ass. And as a man, when you see that, you want to look, but you got to have that self-control. Like, you of course, if you're at a job or something, you're going to have to help this person out. You're like, fuck, okay. And then you try to, I don't know, I try to, stare through the screen. Like, I just try to, focus on something at the screen, like a fucking, a word or something, and try to, help them as best as possible without even looking at them. Because I'm not trying to even look at them, right? So that's just how it goes, man. So we have to have that. If not, you'd be standing there, ogling this fucking girl. And then you're going to have issues with the guy because you're not being circumspect. And then you're going to have to fight this guy. And then if you fight the guy and win, the girl might be some type of way. And you might steal her. And then you commit adultery with her. And then yada yada. It's not going to be a good situation, man. Wickedness leads into wickedness. And where wickedness is, there's other wicked things, man. There's other wicked things that come with it. You start getting that spirit of Bacchus, or that, that joy and spirit, and you start doing drugs, and then you start drinking, you're hanging. Well, first you start going to clubs all the time, you start gambling all the time and hanging out. Not that there's anything wrong with gambling. You can gamble. You shouldn't be going to the club all the time. I'd recommend just avoid the clubs in general. It's not a place you should even be. And I think Apostle Hart put out a decree that you're not even supposed to be. Don't even go there, I think is what it was. But and you don't want to go there, right? And, but you're going to go there, and then you're going to see a woman. She might be there. She had a man, but he's at home, and she don't know. And then you're going to get with her. Then you're going to smoke. Well, you might, hang out a little bit. Then you're going to drink. Then you're going to smoke some weed. Then you're going to get her home. You're going to do some shit with her. Then he's going to find out. Oh, whoa, they got some, chariots in the sky. That's crazy. Let's see if I can get that on here real quick. That's crazy. They're just moving around, all sorts of, I think those are chariots. That's crazy. I don't know what that is. They look kind of like chariots the way they're moving. They don't look like anything I've ever seen. Hey, call all Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I think those are. I've never seen them red like that before, but they ain't moving like anything I've ever seen before. But I'm not sure. So, anyway, who knows? It's weird how they're moving. Huh. I don't know. Maybe it could be a search patrol or something. Either way, that's strange. Interesting. I've never seen them move out like that. Huh. Anyway, but yeah, so, you can't, you can't, have free will like that, because if you have free will, they're going to completely, everything's going to completely just not go your way, right? You're going to destroy yourself. All right, I think there's a scripture, something along those lines about destroying yourself. But yeah, man. So Amos 9 and 10 reads, all the sinners of my... So you can continue on in that lifestyle. If you want to stay on in that lifestyle, you can stay on that lifestyle as much as you want, right? But it is going to lead to your death eventually. It will lead to your death. So Amos 9 and 10, it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So there you go. And yeah, because that's the other thing you got to realize, is that you have a lot of these jakes out here that think they're just going to be saved because they're Israel, and that's not the case. That's not how it's going to work, okay? Like, or you got these people, stop manifesting Jacob's trouble. No, that ain't how it works, okay? Manifesting. Well, this ain't fucking Hinduism. That's some Hindu bullshit, manifesting, right? If you keep on thinking about it, it will happen. Well, it's going to happen regardless, because the Bible says it's going to happen. What? So that, by that same case, if we think it won't happen, it's just not going to happen at all, that's stupid, man. That's some stupid shit if I ever heard it. So Jake says the black community has a homophobia problem. Well, guess what? Good. We're supposed to have it, all right? We're not supposed to be all-inclusive of everything, right? That ain't how it works, right? If you want to stay in that lifestyle, you go right ahead. But when you're like Street Teacher always says, when your ass wakes up dead, don't come crying to us, all right? So that's the lesson. Lord will is edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close it there. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.